from Alex Rins as well, but he's just been Japanese rider Taka Nakagami.
Yeah, just left Nakagami, a couple of metres of room on the inside. Nakagami snaps straight back through. Honda's engaged in an early battle here.
Down the back straight we go and into turn 9. Miller holds the advantage. There is Quartararo from pole to third.
Spargaro, huge moment for Pol Espargaro coming out of turn number 10. Bucking Bronco on that Repsol Honda. Down. He was trying to use his famous dirt track riding skills from the Rossi Ranch. Morbidelli looked like he nearly hit. Morbidelli, dramatic first lap here in France. Miller leads from Maverick Vinales. Quartararo, the poleman, third into turn 3.
And look at Alex Rins. What a start from the Suzuki rider. He's coming through on them as well. It's got very, very dark.
Going down the hill into La Chapelle, wide open. Vinales came on through. Nakagami, Marquez out wide now. He started 15th, back of the 5th row. He's inside the top 4.
Really feels like we're going to get rain here. Very, very good start. He's up to 7th ahead of Oliveira and Mir. Vinales it is though, the leads here. Result of whatever happened between Pol Espargaro and Morbidelli etc. has dropped all the way back to 13th, so he was hurt really.
He's back down in 10th place, nothing going for him. The virtual fan wall, fans gathered all around the world, the four corners of the green, flat from him. He's starting to reel back in Vinales and Miller ahead of him.
Around turn 3 we go, the treacherous turn 3. Ahead of Oliveira. Simon Crowfoot just reporting he can smell the rain, and you know exactly what he's talking about. It's coming.
There was just trying to find the inside line, back of your picture on Taka Nakagami. Can you believe it? Lucho checking on a pre-race, 25 laps to go, and we may well be well on course here for a very rare flag-to-flag scenario in MotoGP.
And this cream really rise to the top in terms of bravery. Jack Miller then trying to close up on Maverick Vinales, who's wide on X in the background there. Rins look
down their visor on the screens, disconcerting to see that on your visor. Very, very difficult. You've got to now jump.
And one, big and brave from the Ducati rider. He leads. The spots of rain are getting bigger. Quartararo comes into the mix. He's way too big. Flag means you can come in now to change machines if you so wish, as Quartararo leads.
What a move by Fabio. Wash out that front tyre there, going into turn 3 with these chilly conditions. Rain spots falling. That was bold and brave.
Sure, this is precise. He's gone in and he's done that perfectly. Bouncing back and giving him a nudge. Quartararo says flag to flag form, as Matt said at the start.
Well, Jack Miller's wearing some black and blue paint from the factory Yamaha. He might have a black and blue right up. See there on the camera, the rain starting to fall. There is Alex Rins.
Oh, who's gone down there? Oh, is that Franco Morbidelli? Where's he gone?
Whether he's just been rattled by those rain spots or whether he made a mistake at turn 4, coming right into contention. It's the master of the audacious move on Miller on the last lap here at turn 3. He's made it through a game. Brilliant by the Frenchman.
But we may well see a few gamble and come into pit lane here, Matt. We may well see it.
This is a nightmare, Steve.
This is going to be carnage.
This is like dancing on ice.
Yeah, it is. Look at slick tyres. Rins has a moment. Mark
you, ladies and gentlemen at home, how scary and how dangerous this is for the riders out there on slick tyres. What will Fabio always the master tactician? Such great strategy in these situations. Quartararo got in hot there, didn't he? Into Shimano.
Surely you've got to. It's chucking it down. Miller's gone wide.
Jack Miller's gone off at the Blur S's. Can he keep it upright? Franco Quartararo. He's done it, he's done it. He left it late. Marquez in behind him. Rins also. Will anybody take the dogs?
Quartararo, elbow to elbow with Marc Marquez. Those two have got history. Rins follows in behind. Is going to lead.
Well, he had the big advantage. Where the position of the Repsol Honda garage was, he made the bike swap quicker.
We've not seen this in 4 years, and there are a number of Mir's gone down as well. Disaster for the world champion. Miller, is it surely?
Steve, how costly is that for Mir? He's just about to come into pits.
I know.
On his way in for a bike swap, and he's crashed.
This is turned. There's Marquez. Where has Miller gone?
Rins
is down immediately.
First corner. First time he's flicked
here ahead of Fabio Quartararo.
And this is where Marc Marquez of old just come get out there, adjust the conditions, work out the grip levels, and he was so good.
He's really hot into turn 8 there. He's leading from Fabio Quartararo. Right back in the distance there, you can see Jack Miller in third.
Steve, just look at the tree.
We could have gusts at 50 kilometres an hour. Oh dear. Speeding in pit lane. Jack Miller, they've got a button which engages the pit lane speed limiter. So in their haste to get out onto the circuit, he was on his way back into the pits for his wet bike and he crashed. Across the line we go. It's 1.1 second lead over Fabio Quartararo. Here's Joan Mir into the pit lane. Through turn, forced the Frenchman into a mistake in what is his first ever flag-to-flag race.
Impressive this bike. Is 1.5 seconds clear of the Frenchman. The
back of Quattararo's mind, of course, will be the championship. He won't pit lane. It's all been going off here in Le Mans, and we've still got 21 laps left. Further back here, remember, in the wet last year, has climbed all the way up into 6th place. Well, he came from 18th to 2nd last year, as you just mentioned, Steve.
Yesterday was difficult enough in qualifying. Rins then changes machines to head out on circuit.
Now, can engage or not, but wow, what drama here. And Marc Marquez, can you believe it? 2019 seems like an awful long time ago since both Marquez and Honda tasted success.
From Marc Marquez, 1.5 seconds clear of this young man in second, number 20 on the Yamaha, Fabio Quattararo. So we won't quite talk about that just yet. Jack Miller there, just in the background, of course, a double. And if he doesn't take them within a certain amount of time... Oh, it's Marquez! Marquez has gone down out of the lead at the final corner!
Battering. Marc Marquez then blows it. We don't see that very often in that kind of situation. He's normally the man.
Just crept the throttle on, ready to get on.
There's a double long lap penalty coming his way. Marquez rejoins. A rare blunder when leading for him.
Yeah, two long lap penalties. You know what? Jack Miller could still win this despite 2 long lap penalties. Now, wouldn't that be a take? Proceedings on circuit. It's so tough to catch up with this at the moment.
It's so windy as well. It might actually dry the track quite quickly. Made 10th place at the moment. No chance of a podium and no chance of protecting that slim 2-point world champ.
Despite Miller having already taken a penalty, that just tells you that Miller has the speed in these conditions over Fabio Quattararo. Then Marc Marquez rejoined in 18th. For those of you at home wondering,
there's already no fingernails left on LCR podium. He's in 3rd place. There's still a long way to go, but it's a lonely 3rd right now for the Japanese man, as Steve mentioned.
In 6th place on the Aprilia, Aleix Espargaro, who has endured a terrible weekend so far. Their range, he'd gone into the gravel trap, remember, let's not forget, 60 miles an hour limit. This is the line as he crosses it. And there you go. Luckily,
the problem with the soft rear is movement. He says, if it's a long time out there or the track dries at all.
I think by law, as Miller here goes to challenge Quattararo, you have to pull in at a certain spot. Maybe he's being punished for that. 2 long lap penalties. He goes wide though into turn 6, but he holds his line and he leads.
Quattararo, he's taken Miller a couple laps maximum, not only to get on par but to sweep on through.
Long lap penalty then, as we suspected for Fabio. He's seen it and he goes straight through. It looks like the rain's picked up on Taka Nakagami back in 3rd, who incidentally is still looking for his first Grand Prix podium in the Premier class.
Problem is, Steve, has that already been one of the key moments of this Grand Prix?
Perhaps. I'm not sure he'd be too upset though. I think it takes saying how MotoGP can change so quickly, and it may well change more as yet. Jack Miller here with Miller, who's waited 5 long years for a win. Oh dear,
that's gone pop.
That's gone pop. Lorenzo Savadori's a now that smoke coming directly from the exhaust.
25s, but of course his podium hopes and his win hopes, they all went with a big crash, as you'd expect. That would have given him a big amount of protection. Little Petrucci starting to fight his way through as well, our top KTM man.
Taka Nakagami there, who's gone down. That's a KTM by the looks of things. That 10, he'd moved ahead of Rossi into 9th.
Really poor start to 2021 for Miguel Oliveira, isn't it? He's begging here for the Portuguese man.
See, the breeze is really up from the bibs on the Marshalls. That's another one at turn 3 there. 1 continues. Here is Taka Nakagami then. 3rd, 4th for Zarco.
4 seconds not that long ago, and all of a sudden in the blink of an eye Zarco's got it down to just over 2 seconds.
Now Nakagami's in Qatar, a 2nd place in both, before of course crashing out in Portugal, and then an 8th place. Comes across the line and he's 1.1 seconds down on Nakagami now.
6 from Nakagami.
There's Rita, the press officer from Pramac Ducati, keeping it.
Comes Zarco, used the power of the Ducati. He got the drive coming out of the final corner. Nothing Nakagami can do about that. Nakagami
then 4th. At the moment, the LCR riders 4th and 5th would still be a good result. That's into turn 8. Marquez now approaching turn 3. Simon Craper will keep us updated as Marquez there goes around the outside of Eco.
Men by far the quickest riders on the circuit at the moment, Zarco and Marquez, who's made light work of Luca Marini.
This is coming down the back straight after turn 8, isn't it? On the approach now to turn 9. Yeah, the bike's given up.
No power. Bravely.
Someone's gone down. It's a Repsol on. Is that Mark again? Big. It is. It's over now. Marc Marquez is down and out this time. This is the replay of the crash at turn 6 then for Marc.
Oh, that was big as well, wasn't it? Fast down into La Chapelle. Was he just a little bit offline?
Sorry, soft rear. Yes. But the problem is when he goes out on the slicks.
Yeah, thanks for that. Well, that's exactly what's happening at the moment. The gap now 3.9, 3.7 from Quartararo to fellow Frenchman Joe beneath you. As a team, you've got to be clever. You've got to give your rider information. Your pit board becomes so crucial as well.
Yeah, and when he's upwardly mobile in this Grand Prix as well, he's gone up into 4th place. Nakagami then 5th for him.
And he's on what a crazy day it has been so far. 8 laps still to go. Ducati's Jack Miller at the moment on course. But who entered today as the World Championship leader is the 2nd quickest man on circuit. He's in 7th place. And he's shining here in Le Mans. Can you believe it? The sun now beating down the backs of Jack Miller and Fabio Quartararo. There is Chef's Grand Prix. Much like Marc Marquez, Johann Zarco is so versatile. He's got a great feel for mixed
gusting winds that have cleared the cloud cover, and with blue sky and that wind, that's going to even quicker dry the surface on these rain tires, which are going to get so much punishment and so much abuse. Miller, you can see him there on the throttle out of turn,
has 6.2 seconds on Fabio Quartararo, who in a moment will have a face full of Johann Zarco. Here's a replay into the last 2 turns. Look from this angle, but it's so difficult to know, like chewing gum. But he'll feel that squirming. At the moment,
43s. Fabio Quartararo may be losing some vital World Championship points here. Maybe at one stage early on, when the track was at its wettest, was struggling early doors, probably to get temperature in those medium rain times.
This is just a matter of time, isn't it, for Johann Zarco before he pulls the pin here on Fabio Quartararo. It may even be as close.
Acceleration, he's talked all weekend, there's no drive grip. Perfect illustration there. He just couldn't get the power to the ground like Zarco.
Crucial World Championship points lost for Fabio Quartararo. As it stands, he'd have a 4-point lead over Bagnaia. However, his head in his hands because he knows that was a missed opportunity of glory on his return.
Many trophies have got away from him in the past when he's been in the lead in those kind of conditions. Marc Marquez cost him 10 months ago now in July. That would have been all behind him. A podium would have felt fantastic. A win would have been a dream scenario. Those overheating rain tyres. He's just going to lock down and try and get into the podium places. Alex Marquez is way.
So will Jack Miller. The gap is going to come down. This will be a fascinating final 5 laps coming up here because you cannot look out. You've got company and it's catching you. There's 5 laps to go for him to defend a 6.3.
Was Johann Zarco. This is a really good battle raging for 4th place. It's advantage Alex Marquez right now. Bagnaia, what another brilliant rescue job this has been by Pecco Bagnaia. Started 16th, he came from 11th to the podium, didn't he? And that's our rides and performances that win you world titles.
Yeah, completely agree with that, Matt. A brilliant ride, especially in a race like this. A live heart rate at the moment for Quartararo, 141. I was much higher than that here in the commentary box. That's lovely. 16 points between 4 riders heading into Mugello in 2 weeks' time. But it's now 5.9 seconds to defend.
Wasn't there some crazy stat after Jack Miller won in Spain a couple of weeks ago? Well over Ducati. It was just their 7th 1-2 last time out in Jerez. They could be making it back-to-back 1-2s here. And Johann Zarco, the 2 men on course for that top 2.
It's going to be pretty easy here for Pecco Bagnaia to 4th place. Another position made. Further back, Alex Marquez is 5th. It's Petrucci. Luca Marini at the moment leads that one. Binder's had a terrible weekend. He's 13th, and then it's Bastianini Rabat now. But not hugely, not enough for Zarco's sake anyway. 5.6 the difference.
Quite big in the former World Championship leader, but he's not going to be losing perhaps the big haul of points he feared against this man at the moment.
That's moment said twice. In 2 very short. The Aussie to tackle around Le Mans, and he will be victorious again. A double win.
Right back into the championship hunt as well, doesn't it? With a back-to-back 50-point haul. Dream days at the back-to-back 1st and 2nd places. Doesn't really get much better than that for Gigi Dall'Igna and Claudio Domenicali, who we know is...
There is Jack Miller then, who started the season off as one of the championship Portugal and lost a lot of ground in the World Championship, but he's let the racing do the talking.
His toughest critic, nobody's harder on himself than Jack Miller. He knew the start of the championship wasn't good enough. He's already his victory here in France.
He won in Moto 3 here 7 years ago, and he's just got 2 corner Ducati colours, and he's done it again. Cue pandemonium. Jack Miller, a brilliant ride in the first flag as Quartararo comes across the line to take the checkered flag, the championship lead and 3rd, and he
result for Fabio Quartararo, massive result for Jack Miller as well. He's absolutely thrilled
the thing where he was on the grid. Here's Iker Lecuona. He's about to take a place from Maverick Vinales as well. That's a good 1 point heading into Italy. 16 points between Quartararo. The tough get going. You cannot keep a good man down for too long. Jack Miller was like a prize fighter on the canvas. 1-2 for Ducati in 2021. Simon, down to you.
Yes, Davide, please tell us what you think of...
Rain, but that's race, and Jack makes the difference.
Thank you.
Congratulations of Taka Nakagami, the Japanese rider who was inside the top 3 very early on. Looks like he's soft reared. Francesco Bidotti.
Francesco, I told you he was going to do well at his home race.
Yeah, but this guy, yeah, he did well. He lost too much time in the first 2 laps. He was a 5, so means that with a better start he could fight till the end. But you never know, Jack.
Lead into Mugello. Down to you, Simon.
Mayo, as ex-riders, I sure don't envy.
We start this weekend with in the wet. I think he did a really big step, and it's a really good sign because to me, a message to everyone.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations to Monster Energy Yamaha. Since Casey Stoner 9 years ago, back in 2012, that was when Stoner, the double MotoGP world champion, did it in winning Jack. An embrace between Paolo Ciabatti and Davide Tardozzi. They had to make them and back-to-back top 2s. Fabio Quartararo celebrating his 3rd place like it's a victory. Frenchman on the podium here in Le Mans. Congratulations to Johan Zarco. His pace in the second half of the race was really impressive. It was 81 races between victories for him in MotoGP, Assen 2016 and Jerez last time out. And here he is in Le Mans for Ducati. Alberto Vigani, part of the Shark group that hands over the race-winning trophy for the teams. Coming back.
Oh, here we go.
There
it is.
Yay.
The original.
Yes. Yeah, everybody was wondering where the Shoei had gone after these win in Jerez.